Hello and welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to At Lafayette Live for June 3rd. I hope everybody's week is off to a great start. Took a week off last week for the Memorial Day holiday, so I hope while we were gone that you guys had a great holiday weekend and missed us while you were gone. I've certainly missed you. So while we're getting ready to go here, go ahead and drop a hello in the chat. Let us know where you're from. And remember, this is set up to be an interactive show. So if you're watching live, drop some comments in the chat as we go. Let me know what you think of what we're talking about, what's going on here in Lafayette. And if you're watching one of the recordings afterwards, drop a comment down below. You can engage in the conversation that way. So it's been a lot going on. Like I said, we've been off for a week. Our family went out of town up to one of our favorite places up north. So I hope that you guys also were able to get away and have a good time. It was certainly good to get out of town. The weather may not have been perfect, but we really did have a good time. And boy, summer's really kind of here today. 85 and starting to feel the humidity between all the rain and everything. We're trying to get our outdoor pool set up. We've got one of those. It's big but not huge. It's one of those frame pools that needs has the supports. It doesn't have the what am I thinking of here? The inflatable ring to support it. So, but it's been tough to find enough days in a row that are good. Between the rain and the cold. I'm a little of a scaredy cat. I don't really get into the pool until late in July anyway, because it gets rather cold. So, but summer is well and underway. So, like I said, continue to drop your location in the chat. Where are you guys watching from? So we do have a lot to talk about tonight. Combination of taking it's been 2 weeks since we had a show. We took 1 week off, but we haven't had a show for 2 weeks, and it's been a fairly busy 2 weeks. Sometimes we do some fun content, like we look at the most expensive houses. Last time we looked at houses in Lafayette or in Tippecanoe County that have pools for sale. But this week, it's all current events. It's all what's going on. So definitely let me know what you think about all of this. In our house, we're big Jeopardy fans. My wife always says, "Oh, you should go on Jeopardy. You'd be really good." But the thing about Jeopardy is, like, I'm really good, of course, if I know the subject. But if I don't know the subject, and of course that's the way it is with anybody. But we've been watching Jeopardy Masters, and boy, that's a whole other level. Like, normally in Jeopardy, I get, a fair amount of clues correctly, and, they're fairly evenly divided between the $200 and $1,000 levels in the Jeopardy round, and, get the occasional Final Jeopardy. But man, in the Masters tournament, where they have six all-time best playing, whew, I'm lucky if I know any of the $200 clues. It's pretty amazing. But the reason that I bring that up is one of our own is on a 3-day winning streak on Jeopardy. A Purdue professor, Adriana Hartmeyer, has been playing Jeopardy the last few days, and she's won 3 days in a row. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, she's on a win streak, and her next match will actually start while we're probably wrapping up here at 7:30 Eastern time on Monday. She goes for her fourth win. We don't know yet, of course, if she's won or not, because they are pre-recorded, but she knows, but we don't. But she has won 3 days in a row. Her grand total so far is $71,600. Not bad work if you can get it, answering questions for a little while on TV. I joke. It's got to be a very stressful thing. Obviously it would be fun, but to be standing there in front of all the cameras, in front of a camera, but this is a little bit different. That's a little bit different. She's only missed 6 questions so far, and she's on again at 7:30 tonight. So if you're a Jeopardy fan, after you watch At Lafayette Live, you should definitely tune in to that and see if she wins for a 4th time. Quite an impressive record. She's a clinical assistant professor at Purdue University, and she's an archivist. for university history in the libraries department. She's got an MS in information, specializing archives and records management, as well as a bachelor's in history. She's published a couple of articles and co-curated some exhibits. She's got just the right background for Jeopardy, having some knowledge of history. But I was reading a couple of her interviews. You can't just know history. Of course, they touch on pop culture and modern history and sports and movies and so much else. So you kind of got to be well-rounded. But we wish Adriana all the luck and hope that she goes on to a fourth win tonight, and maybe on and on. And maybe next year we'll get to cheer her on in the Tournament of Champions. So go watch some Jeopardy. Next up, hey, can you guys hear me okay? Let me know in the chat. Make sure the audio's going okay. Just looked a little jumpy here, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody can hear me okay. So, yeah, okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. The Lafayette Public Safety Center has won some awards. So we have a brand new, it's a year old public safety center in Lafayette. And what is a public safety center? Well, it's really kind of a cool building. It is the police station, but it is so much more. They have community meeting rooms, and they have an outdoor lawn area where you can have outdoor events. And the idea is that this is where community policing happens, where the people and the police and public safety in general can come together. And it's really, I think, the city striving for the best of what policing can be, because we've definitely seen some examples in the past few years nationwide of how things can go wrong. So seeing the city striving to do right, I think, is really kind of a cool thing. And this is a really cool building. But they were named the Public Works Project of the Year by the American Public Works Association Indiana chapter. And I don't know if you guys have walked by this building, but it's really kind of cool. This is it right here. So it's got this grand staircase down on the main floor that you can head up. And I've just got a few pictures of it here. I just thought it was kind of cool. This is from the grand opening a year ago. But there's the outdoor lawn that's bookable for events. I mean, so much more than a police station. And then this is their, I'm going to call it command and control center. I know that's not right, but all the modern digital screens and everything. This is where the police part of the work comes in. So they've won an award, and I think it really is a cool building, both from a architecture standpoint and also from a mission standpoint. We didn't just build a box with offices for officers to sit in. They're trying to engage the public, and is it perfect? Probably not, but they're trying. And I just think that's truly and really awesome. So congratulations on that win. Let's see. Do I have any other? Oh, a couple more pictures here. So just another shot of the lawn. And while we're taking a look at this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so that you can get reminders of when we're coming up again, and all the other videos that we post on the channel. So that's the Lafayette Public Safety Center winning awards. And I have a feeling it's probably not the last one that we're going to see. So thought that was really cool. And to follow that up, West Lafayette is planning to follow along in Lafayette's footsteps with its own public safety center. They've got a design team that they engaged, about a year ago or so, and now they have signed a contract with Kettle Hut Construction to be the lead contractor to start establishing an initial budget for what this building would be. I don't think they've announced exactly what site they're looking at yet. I don't know if they're looking at their current police building in West Lafayette or the abandoned site where the old city hall was raised, or if they're looking somewhere else. But it's pretty cool that West Lafayette's going to follow along in Lafayette's footsteps and have their own public safety center. So look for that to come along, and I'm sure that we'll be talking about that lots as they start the building process and get the building opened. And maybe we'll even get an early tour of it if we're lucky. So go ahead and take a minute and hit that like and subscribe button. So last 2 weekends ago, not today, today's Monday, so one Monday ago was Memorial Day, and that is the traditional start to summer here in Indiana. Most of the kids are out of school. I know that TSC had their commencement at Purdue University this last Sunday. Lafayette Geoff has had theirs. Everybody's well and out for the summer. I've got some friends up in Northwest Indiana that just let out they let out actually after Memorial Day. They run a slightly later schedule, but here in Lafayette, everybody's out of school. And with that comes all the summer activities, including some really cool things. Columbian Park Zoo, of course, has been open for a few weeks, a month or two now, and that is a really cool community zoo. If you've never been to it, you really should go check it out. I mean, you're not going to see a savanna like you're going to see down in Indianapolis. You're not going to see roaming elephants and lions and tigers, but what they do have is really cool, and it really is a great community-sized zoo. But the park that it's attached to, Columbian Park, has some really cool features that they've been adding over the last couple of years. There's the train ride, and that is open now. And the pedal boats in the lagoon there are open now as well. So that's just a shot of the pedal boats. So those features are both open. I think they're open zoo hours, which are 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Sunday, so every day of the week. You can buy tickets for the train and the pedal boat at the gift shop for the zoo, and I believe you can pop in there and buy those tickets even if you're not going in the zoo, because it's right there at the entrance. Train tickets, $3 per rider. Children 2 and under are free, and pedal boat rides are $3 a person. So if you're looking for something interesting and out of the ordinary to do, I think those are a couple of fun options to check out. So yeah, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you're enjoying this video. Heck, even if you're not enjoying the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And of course, also lots of other things opening here in the area with the beginning of summer. We have get my windows straight here. Pools are opening, and there's a lot of cool pools, awesome pools here in the area. Well, I guess I thought I had a picture of, yeah. Here we go. Stick with me here. Here is Tropicanoe Cove. So we were talking about Columbian Park Zoo and Columbian Park, but there's also Tropicanoe Cove, which is right next to Columbian Park, and they are open for the season, and we can see, courtesy of WLFI there, we can see their lazy river and some of their amazing slides. They renovated the place a few years ago, and boy, it's really cool. You can see the racer slides there and the big, I don't know what to call it, the big twisty in the air slide. I know my boys certainly enjoy it, so you should check that out. But the Vinton Pool is also open if you're looking for a little more of a standard pool experience. And Castaway Bay over towards Armstrong Park on the east side are open. So if you're looking for ways to cool down in the summer, you should definitely go check those out. And of course, there's the Prophetstown State Park Water Park is open as well here for the season. We spend a lot of time there. It's only $5 a person, and they have 2 slides, a lazy river, action river. They have 2 courses you can take, and a big splash pad area / action pool area. And it's at the state park, which is like a really cool place anyway. And of course, just up the road, one of our family's favorites, the water park at Indiana Beach is now officially open for the season. You know, Indiana Beach amusement park opened a couple of weeks ago, but now that it's getting warmer out, or now that we're released over the start of the official starting line of summer, Indiana Beach Water Park is out. So lots and lots of options if you want to go enjoy the water here in Lafayette. So how you guys doing? Sticking with me? All right. Well, next up, libraries, reading, summer with kids, school's out. That means summer reading programs, and we're really lucky here in Tippecanoe County to have 2 really strong library programs. There's the Tippecanoe County Public Library that has its 4 branches, and then the West Lafayette Public Library, which has its branch. There are, of course, neighboring counties that have their library branches as well, but our summer reading programs are kicking off. So the Tippecanoe Public Library's program kicked off with signups starting on May 28th. And you can read and record your efforts from the 28th of May through the 31st of July. So that's a pretty cool program. You should definitely check that out. Their theme this year is Adventure Begins at Your Library. Got some cool prizes and some in-person programs. So that's at the Tippecanoe County Public Library. And if you want to know more about all of the libraries, I'll link in the description below to my video about the libraries, and you can go learn about all the branches of the TCPL, the Tippecanoe County Public Library. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you would. It helps us out a lot. All right. And that brings us to the West Lafayette Public Library. Well, you know, I probably should have noticed this in my prep, but the theme must be a statewide theme, because here we go. The theme at West Lafayette Public Library is strangely familiar. Adventure begins at your library. Again, between June 1st and July 31st, you read and can earn prizes. For them, you create an account on Beanstack. And I haven't looked into what the list of prizes are, but they do have their sponsors down here. Bark, Java House, Noodles & Co., Raising Cane's, Mango, Panda Express, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, one of my wife's favorites, Insomnia Cookies, and one of my favorites, Silver Dipper. If you haven't had Silver Dipper, you haven't had ice cream. So go sign your kids up for the summer reading program at the West Lafayette Public Library and perhaps help yourself to some free ice cream. That's a pretty cool idea. How many of you are signed up for summer reading programs? Do you have your beach reading ready to go? Got your books picked out for all your time off laying in the sand here in the summer? Let me know in the chat what you're planning on reading this summer. I know a lot of people go for lighter reading in the summer. I'm not sure that I have anything on my list right now. The second of the 3 body problem books is on my list of things to read. I just got to find time to read it. I read the book last year so that I could watch the Netflix series this year. The Netflix series was really, really good. Yeah, the kids have a giant stack of things to read. Yeah, probably like my kids, the stack's probably, huge. Amazing how voracious they are when it comes to reading. Lost my train of thought there. So let's get back on the train. Other big news that's happened in the time that we have been off. Some news out of Subaru. SIA, originally Subaru, I believe it was Subaru Isuzu of America. And of course, Isuzu dropped out of the North American market 20 years ago. I believe it's, Subaru of Indiana Automotive Incorporated now, SIA. They have announced some model changes at their factory assembly line. That's the word I'm looking for. Assembly line down on the south side. They're, of course, a stalwart of the Lafayette economy and industry and have been there for many years. But they have announced new models. So first off, the Legacy and the Outback are no longer going to be made here. The Legacy apparently is not going to be made at all. So if you're a big Legacy fan, you should probably go buy one right now. And if you're an Outback fan, you'll still be able to get one, but they're going to be made in Japan instead of in Indiana. But this is to make way for two new models. In fall of 25, they're going to bring in a new Forester model. And then what I think is really cool news is in spring of 26, they're going to start manufacturing a Forester hybrid model. So I'm kind of all about the electric cars. I don't have one. Several of my colleagues in the office do. We actually have a charging station down at the brokerage, down at the Russell Company, powered by App Properties. And I'm a big fanboy, and I really want one. It's just hasn't worked out. Every time that we needed to buy a car recently, the math just kind of hasn't worked out for us, mileage-wise and budget-wise and all of that. And things are definitely getting better. But I love the idea. So I'm really kind of intrigued by this new hybrid Forester. I know we got a lot of probably have a lot of Subaru fans here in the chat watching live here at Lafayette Live, because Lafayette loves its Subarus. The hometown car has quite a presence here. What do you guys think about this? Are you excited about the possibility? I'm imagining. I didn't go in depth about what exactly the model's going to be. I'm quite frankly not sure if they've announced all the details, but I'm guessing, being a Subaru, it's gonna be all-wheel drive. And that'll be interesting. I bet it'll be torquey, considering all-wheel drive and electric, but it's a hybrid. Well, they say it's going to be a hybrid, not just an EV. So that's pretty cool. Something along the lines of the Toyota Prius, but with better cargo space, and the performance, the battery performance of the Prius hybrid. I'm pretty excited about that, and to have all-wheel drive in an electric. Now, I did see somebody posting on, I think it was on Facebook the other day, about their F-150 Lightning, their friend's F-150 Lightning eating tires. And, you had a couple pictures of them, and the tires were just bald. And, they were talking about how fast they were going through tires. And the general conclusion was that, yeah, it's a torquey truck, and the problem is the driver's just slamming his foot down and doing burnouts at every stoplight. So, of course, you're going to burn through your rubber. If you drive it like a safe and sane person, you're probably not going to burn through your tires quite as quickly. So I thought that was a funny, interesting observation. A lot of people were chiming in saying, no, I've got an EV, I've got a hybrid, whatever model. A lot of people were jumping in about the F-150 Lightning model, saying that they, had no more tire wear than they did with their regular F-150. But in a all-wheel drive Forester, wonder what that performance will be like. Knowing Subaru, it's gonna be really, really good, and I'm kind of excited by that. So I don't know. Talk to me in fall of 25. Oh, sorry, fall of 25 is the new Forester. Spring of 26 is the hybrid. Check back in with me in spring of 26 and see what I'm driving. Maybe it'll be one of the new Forester hybrids. Probably not. New cars depreciate so much when you drive them off the lot. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Keep up to date with all of our videos that are coming up, and check out our entire library. If something that we've been talking about here piques your interest, there's probably a video about it or something else about the community. So go check it out. And we love that you're here with at Lafayette Live. So the next topic for this week on at Lafayette Live is Purdue flights, commercial flights, commercial airline flights are back open and operating out of the Purdue airport. I've been in the community for about 20 years, and commercial service was just wrapping up for the last time as I got here to town. So we haven't had commercial service in Lafayette in 20 years. And so this is a small commuter airline. The airplanes seat like 6 or 8 people plus the pilots. They actually had one of them at Purdue's Aviation Day. It was pretty cool. But this is definitely the definition of puddle jumper. This isn't like a regional jet, with like even 20 and 30 seats. This is, a prop plane. But they'll fly you up to O'Hare, and it's about when I looked, if you went out in the future, like a couple of months, it looked like it was about $100 each way. And of course, they yield their pricing, so based on demand, and as you get closer, that price is going to go up. But it's Southern Airlines, and they have 4 daily flights from West Lafayette to Chicago O'Hare, 2 each day on Saturday and Sunday. So apparently that operation has been going really well so far. So has anybody in the chat had a chance to hop on one of those flights yet? I mean, I think it really kind of makes sense for people that they're heading up to O'Hare to connect to fly somewhere else. Maybe out to one of the coasts, maybe out to LA or San Francisco, maybe New York, or even internationally. You can somewhere that makes sense to connect out of O'Hare. The big international terminal. And then you don't have to worry about driving your car up there and figuring out how to park your car and dealing with all of that kind of stuff. So, I think it's kind of a cool idea. There's certainly a little bit of an economy of scale there. It might make a little more sense for the business traveler or the couple traveling, as opposed to, a family traveling with, 4 people sort of thing. But it's kind of a cool thing. So, yeah, that's what's been going on in Lafayette for the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot going on. So, like I said, take a moment, hit the like and subscribe button down below. Stay up to date with everything going on here on the channel. We have at Lafayette Live every Monday at 7 p.m. And then we post several videos throughout the week about other topics going on here in the area, a little bit of real estate stuff, fun things to do around the area, and we also try to answer your questions. So, if you drop a question in the chat or in the comments below, if you're watching one of the recordings, we might just make a video about one of your questions. But thanks so much for joining us this week on at Lafayette Live, and we will see you again next week. See you guys.